From Chapter 5, slides 10 and 11, we can take a look at satisficing needs and looking at a weighted point system. The problem here on 10, Pueblo, a southwestern chain of stores that sells decorative accessories for the home, is considering opening a store in New England. 3 potential sites have been evaluated from the store, and on the next slide we see that they're Boston, Mass., Providence, Rhode Island, and Portland, Maine. Each factor used in evaluating these sites has been assigned to represent its relative importance to the potential success of a store. The 3 sites were then assigned points on a scale between 0 and a best possible score of 100 to illustrate how well it scored with regard to the particular factor. Now with this, we want to take a look using this table on slide 11 to see which is the best weighted score. Now the factors we decided were important were construction cost, operating cost, traffic count, convenient access. How easy is it to get in and out, and is it in a good place? Are people around there? Would they have to drive there? It's out nowhere. Parking area, and what's the surrounding population? Looking at this, we gave them a weight, 0.1, 0.10, 0.30, 0.20, 0.20, 0.10. And if we add those up, it should equal 1.0. Again, just like that weighted moving average that we're looking at 100%, giving each one, or 1.0, giving each one, each weight a percentage of what that whole is going to be and how important it is. The higher that weight is, the more important it is. Now, traffic count is something we want high. It is shown that the more people that drive by, the more likely who just drive by will just stop in. So you want a higher traffic count. So the higher the score rated in the traffic count means the more traffic there is. Same with population. The bigger the population, the higher the score from 0 to 100 they're going to get. But let's look at construction cost and operating cost. Do you want high cost? No. So here we're looking at actually the lower the cost, the higher the point is that it's going to be given. So there's some reverse pointages here that you need to take a look at, highs and lows, about what's going on. Do you want something that's high gets a high number of points, or something that's low gets a high number of points, saying that it's better here on a score of 0 to 100. And a cost, it's always going to be the lower the cost, the higher the points they will earn. So when we go to figure this out, we literally take the weight and we times it to the score that it received. And then just like those weighted averages we did before, what we're going to do is sum it up. So I'm going to start with Boston, Mass. And I'm going to take the weights for each factor and apply them or multiply them to the scores for each factor that Boston got. So we said that on a score of 0 to 100, construction costs were about a 60. They're not really, really high or really, really low, but it's about a 60, which is really a subjective means to find these scores. So if I take 0.10 times 60, I find that that's 6. Operating cost, Boston also scored a 60, and its weight is 1.0. So again, multiplying that out, that's a 6. Traffic count in Boston was very high. It was a good number. We're at the location we're looking at, and we gave it a 90. And we said that this is pretty important with a weight of 0.30. So 90 times 0.30 is 27. Convenient access, we scored it at a 75. It has a weight of 0.20, and multiply those together and you should get 15. Parking area at the site we're looking at earned a 60. Its weight is a 0.20. So if I multiply those together, I should have a 12. And the surrounding population, we gave it a 70. Its weight is 0.10, so that is going to be a 7 after we multiply those together. Now to find the weighted score for Boston, we just add these numbers together. So 6 plus 6 plus 27 plus 15 plus 12 plus 7, if I did my math right, is a 73. So the weighted score for Boston is 73. We now take these same weights and we are going to apply them to Providence, Rhode Island. And we're going through the same process again by multiplying them out. So Providence for construction costs receives 70 points out of 100. The weight is 0.10. So that's going to be a 7. It also received 70 points on operating cost with a weight of 0.10, which is a 7 again multiplied out. It received an 80 for the traffic count with a weight of 0.30. Multiplying those should give us 24. And it received an 80 for convenient access with a weight of 0.20. That should give us a 16. Parking area, Providence, Rhode Island received a score of 75. And its weight was 0.20, so that should give us 15. And surrounding population, Providence, Rhode Island received a score of 60 with a weight of 0.10. That should be a 6. Again, I want to sum up these numbers for Providence, Rhode Island's weighted score here. So 7 plus 24 plus 16 plus 15 plus 6. I add them all together and I should get 75 points for Providence, Rhode Island. Using our weights again now, let's go to our third site and multiply them out to Portland, Maine. Portland, Maine received 80 points for the construction cost with a weight of 1.0. That's going to give us 8. Operating cost also had 80 points in Portland, Maine, and with a 1.0 weight, it's again 8. Traffic count, Portland, Maine received 70 points, and with a weight of 0.3 for this factor, it's going to be 21. Convenience access, also Portland, Maine received 70 points with a weight of 0.2. That should give us 14. Portland, Maine received 90 points on the parking area with a weight of 0.2. That should give us 18 points. And lastly, the surrounding population with a weight of 0.1. Portland, Maine received 75 points. Multiply the two together and I should have 7.5. Summing these numbers up, 8 plus 21 plus 14 plus 18 plus 7.5, and you're going to end up with 76.5. Now, what do these weights mean? Well, we took a look by giving them a weighted factor on what was most important, that being the traffic count at 0.30. What was least important, construction cost, operating cost, and surrounding population all had the 0.10. But taking the points that they've earned, or subjectively we said that they rated at this 0 to 100 with, and adding them up given the weights, Portland, Maine, with a weighted score of 76.5, has the best score. There should be a decimal point in there. The best score the highest score. So it should be where we want to build. It should be where we want to locate because it has the best score given what we said was important. That again was chapter 5, slides 10 and 11.